Well, good morning, Miramar, on this Wednesday, May 8th. So happy that you are joining us. I'm your host, Tamara G. And we're going to get the show started off right now with our very first guest, Commissioner Maxwell B. Chambers, in association with Global Empowerment Development Corporation and Home Value Realty. They're going to present a free money management and homeowners symposium. And I have with me from Global Empowerment Development Corporation, Ms. Deborah Johnson King. So, how are you today?
I am fantastic. Thank you for having me.
We were having a discussion off mic that people need to hear it on mic. We're talking about home ownership and this free money management symposium. It's happening, we said Sunday, June 2nd, and it's going to be at the Miramar Cultural Center. That's 2300 Civic Center Place. So that's going to be right here at the Miramar Cultural Center from 2 to 6. But why is this so important in 2019, the home ownership part?
Basically, Tamara, what's been happening in our community in Miramar and surrounding cities, the cost of rents are skyrocketing.
$1,800 for a one bedroom.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It is amazing. And one of the things is that we're finding in speaking with our first time home buyers is that they don't realize that they can buy.
Okay.
If you can pay $1,900 a month for rent, you can get a mortgage.
And own the home.
Absolutely. Build equity and get a tax write-off.
Okay.
But one of the hindrances for most people is that down payment. It's difficult for them to maintain their current lifestyle and then come up with the big down payment. So that's where our symposium comes in at. We've identified the funds for people. There are grants out there, not only in Miramar and Broward County, but also in Miami-Dade and West Palm Beach.
Wow. And so most folks would think, oh, well, I don't qualify for anything. You know, I can't, either I make too much money or I make too little money.
I tell people, do not self-diagnose, okay?
Come to the professional, right?
Exactly. I cannot come to your job and do your job. I'm not stupid, but I wasn't trained to do that. Let us tell you whether or not you qualify. Because more times than not, you think that you don't, but you do.
Wow.
It's based on household size as well as gross annual household income for all of the occupants in the house.
And so when people come to you and they say, you know, Miss Deborah, I'm looking for a house, I want to do this, but you know, my credit's bad. I don't think I could buy bubble gum. You know?
That's okay. It didn't get that way overnight. It's not going to get repaired or restored overnight either. I like to say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? Let's just tackle it one step at a time. And more times than not, your credit isn't as bad as you think it is because things have happened in the past and because you don't know the ins and outs of credit restoration. Let's just take a look at it. That's the whole point of coming to an organization like Global Empowerment, which is a HUD-approved housing counseling agency. We have certified housing counselors on staff that work with you on a one-to-one basis. You come to us, we do an interview, and we give you what we like to call your personal roadmap. You know, if you're going from here to Orlando, you have a starting point and you have an ending point, but you don't know what route you're going to take. Personally, I'm a turnpike driver, okay?
You like to get there fast.
You know, I'm going to pay my tolls and I'm going to go.
Okay.
But my sister-in-law, she's cheap, okay?
She's
She's going to go
girl.
95.
Okay.
She'll go all the way east to come back all the way west, but
Okay.
that's her. We're ending up at the same place. Same thing with home ownership. Your path may be different from my path, but I say my job isn't done until we have keys in hand.
Wow, that's amazing. And who should attend this? Because I know a lot of first-time home buyers, because they don't have the information, but you know, should people who currently own a home, should they also
Absolutely,
come?
absolutely. We're going to be given tips and tricks, that's what I like to say, about the whole home ownership process, whether you're a current owner or you want to be an owner. This is for you. We're also going to talk about money management, because I like to say the home ownership journey is like a race, okay? the sprint is getting in the house, but the marathon is keeping it and staying in there. So not only are we going to teach you about getting in there, but once you've gotten there, we're going to teach you about keeping your home.
That's awesome. And speaking of that money management, we're going to talk more about that because, again, off mic, we were talking about you have that Mercedes parked in front of the $1,900, apartment that you're renting, and you don't even have a place to put it. So we've got to figure out what are we doing with our money. So when we come back, we'll talk about that as well as the seminar. Again, it is happening Sunday, June 2nd, a free money management and homeowners symposium. It's going to be at the Miramar Cultural Center, 2300 Civic Center Place. It's right here in Miramar. You already know that. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Tamara G, and welcome back to Good Morning Miramar. Don't forget you can check us out on all of our social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at City of Miramar. That's Miramar. I am your host, Tamara G, and with me, Deborah Johnson King. She is from the Global Empowerment Development Corporation and Home Value Realty. She, along with Commissioner Maxwell B. Chambers and others, will be doing a free money management and homeowner symposium on Sunday, June 2nd at the Miramar Cultural Center. That's right here in Miramar, 2300 Civic Center Place from 2 to 6 p.m. And we were talking about the money management before we broke for the commercial there, Deborah. What are you finding when people do come into your office as far as their income versus debt ratio? Is it this way more or this way, or what is it?
As far as the income is concerned, most times the income is there.
Okay, so you're making enough money.
Exactly, exactly. But you're spending too much of it. That's the problem. I like to say, show me your bank statements and I'll tell you who you are.
Okay.
I sit and I have a highlighter and we go over page with your bank statements. Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, Panera, Pollo Tropical.
Our producer said add Subway in there.
Subway. We had a family, husband, wife, 2 children under the age of 12.
Okay.
When we and we also do a budget in the class. When we totaled everything that they were spending on eating out for the month, $1,000. We're not talking about groceries yet, okay?
We're talking about just fast food.
Yes.
Wow, that is a lot.
He looked at her and she looked at him and they were in shock.
Well, and that's the other thing, because I think when you do this and you go through the budget and you do money management, people have to really look at themselves. And they have to make some hard decisions on, am I going to continue down this road or am I about to make a detour and do something better?
Absolutely. And it's much more difficult to budget when you have 2 people involved.
Okay.
Because they're coming from different backgrounds, different values as it pertains to money. So you may have one that's a spender and one that's a saver.
I know about that. Yes.
So then they're knocking heads.
Right.
So my role as a counselor, I wear many hats. Marriage counselor, I'm a therapist.
You're going to have to after you start
sometimes
talking about not
I'm
spending
referee.
that money. Yeah, exactly. So, and then the other thing that you mentioned, and I thought this was funny, was when you are in counseling with someone and you're getting them prepared to go from renting to home ownership, and you ask them to bring you all the paperwork, but then they're balking at that, or they don't want to do it, or they redact some of the stuff. They actually cross it out before they send it to you.
Yes, I did have a client that did that. He's like, oh, they don't need my bank account number and this and that. This is the bank. They're loaning you $100,000, $200,000. What do you mean they don't need your information?
They don't even know how much money I make every month. They don't need my social security number.
Exactly. With people like that, it's a mindset, and there's just too many others that need our help to waste time to try to bring someone around to our way of thinking or the way that it needs to be done.
And so when you do ask people, and trust me, I've been in the home ownership game before, they ask for it more than once too.
Absolutely.
I need 3 months of your bank statements. I need 3 months of your check, deposits, whatever it is they may ask for. I need 3 references from, your last 3 landlords, whatever it is. What would be your advice to those people who say, I just gave this to them?
He who holds the gold makes the rules, okay?
Amen, amen.
That's my catch-all phrase, okay? Either you want this home or not. I mean, that's the bottom line. You do what they say,
Okay.
or you don't get their money. That's all.
And a lot of this too, we were mentioning loans, but a lot of it is free money, grant money.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
And so with that, by the T, you have to have whatever pages they want or whatever things need to be signed or whatever they're asking you for.
Because in the process, not only are you qualifying for the mortgage with the lender, but you're also qualifying with the county or the city that's going to be giving you the funds.
Right.
So you have like 2 separate trains going down 2 parallel tracks.
Okay.
So the county, they need much more documentation than what the actual lender does. Who's giving you the bulk of the money? It doesn't make sense, but each one of them, they have their box that you need to fit in, and either you fit in their box or you just don't get the funds.
Right.
That's the bottom line.
And so I know you partnered with Commissioner Maxwell B. Chambers from the City of Miramar, because it's right here in Miramar. What other people are involved to help make this symposium happen?
We have City National Bank. They're on board as one of our major sponsors. Wells Fargo is on board. Mint Mortgage, which is a mortgage company, they're down the street on Dykes and Miramar Parkway. We have Perlin Title. We have a home inspector that's going to be on board. We have Truly Nolan.
Oh yeah.
That's on board. So it's a wide variety of people that are associated with the home buying process. Because as you know, when one house sells, 15 different people eat from that one closing.
Right.
We have interior decorators, you have landscapers,
exterminators, you just mentioned with Truly Nolan,
plumbers, and a lot of people, they only tend to think of the lender and the real estate agent, but no, there are many more that are involved in the whole
inspection, the home inspection.
Exactly, which is very, very important.
Okay.
So there's a cross section of sponsors. We have a couple of vendor tables that are still available.
Okay, and how can people get more information on that?
You can give me a call, 954-998-7500, 954-998-7500. They're going quickly, so make sure that you call to get on board with this project. This is the first of what we hope will be an annual event with the city, because the information is just so vital. For example, in Broward County, depending on what city you're buying in, you can get up to $50,000 to help you with your down payment and your closing costs.
Wow.
And this is a grant that doesn't have to be paid back.
All right, so this is the kind of stuff that you need to know. And luckily, it's right here in Miramar. You can go to the symposium. The best part about it is I see this 4-letter word, F-R-E-E.
Absolutely.
And so people need to register, though. You want them to register on Eventbrite.
Yes, it's here.
And you can register at Free Money Management Home Ownership Symposium tickets. Or, of course, you can always call, and particularly if you want the vendor space, that number again?
954-998-7500.
Okay. Sunday, June 2nd, the Free Money Management and Homeowners Symposium for first-time buyers and homeowners, also people who own already. You can go from renting to owning. It's going to be from 2 to 6 p.m. at the Miramar Cultural Center. It's right here in Miramar, right at Town Center, 2300 Civic Center Place. So thank you, Deborah Johnson-King.
No, thank you.
No, listen, I'm telling you, people are going to get lots of information that's going to help them to go from renting to owning their own homes here in South Florida.
We hope so.
Absolutely.
We hope so.
All right. And thank you for watching. We'll be right back. Good morning, Miramar. I'm your host, Tamara G. Don't forget to check us out on all of our social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at City of Miramar. And the reason why is because it's right here in Miramar, and no one knows that better than Commissioner Maxwell B. Chambers. And you have Maxwell for Moms Tell us about this wonderful Mother's Day. It's a pre-Mother's Day celebration.
That's
Commissioner
right.
Chambers.
It's right here in Miramar, and so are you.
That's right. You know the tagline.
Right. We are at the center of everything, right?
Exactly.
Well, this coming Saturday, we have Maxwell for Mom. It's our second annual Mother's Day celebration.
Okay.
Of course, we celebrate the day before Mother's Day, so leave opportunity for the loved
You can
ones
go
to
and
take.
see your mom.
That's right.
That's right. But you can bring your mom.
You
to
can bring
this
your mom.
show.
You can bring your sister, your aunt, your daughter.
Okay.
Just for everyone. Your son, your husband. No one is excluded. So,
And the reason why is because you have entertainment going on. You have a reception at 5
Right.
and an awards ceremony. Now, before we get to the entertainment, tell us about the awards ceremony. Who are you giving awards out
Well,
to?
the award, we have 10 beautiful ladies
Okay.
that have done a lot of good deed in our
good.
community, and
Okay.
we want to reward them by what they have done, act of kindness.
So give them their flowers
Give them
while
their
they can still
flowers.
receive
We
them.
have foster parents. We have Major Cindy Brown, who has worked for the Miramar Police Department. She's one of the
Oh,
honoree.
Cindy. Oh, yeah, she's great.
Yeah,
She's
we
great.
have
Hope she's
our-
enjoying retirement.
Of course, we have our lovely Officer Parker, who have done a lot for Hope for our children,
Yep.
and so on and so forth. So we even have, and they're not just limited to Miramar. I have people in Miami Lakes,
Okay.
Miami-Dade County that have done things, and we want to show our appreciation for what they've done in their community, and also in Miramar. They don't live here, but they do good
But
things
they
here.
exactly
Right,
they
so-
work in Miramar, and we love that. Now tell us about the entertainment, because you have A.J. Brown, who is the lead singer of Third World. I saw him at the Miramar Cultural Center right here
That's
last
right,
year.
that's right.
He put on an excellent show, but the lead singer of Third World, that's
Right.
going to be awesome.
It doesn't get any better than that.
Exactly.
I was lucky to book AJ Brown at a reasonable cost, and he understands what I'm doing. For mothers, I have no sponsors. I'm just sponsoring the show myself.
Okay.
So we want to put this on for our community, for the mothers and their family, because we are accepting children also.
It's a family show.
It's a family show. There's no charge for under 12.
Oh, wow.
They could come on out and have a good time, and the cost is only $20 and $25. And
Okay, now folks, y'all cannot beat a $20 and $25 concert. You just can't do. You can't beat any entertainment. You spend that much in popcorn and drinks at the movies. So
That's right. And usually this is like a $50 show.
Right,
So,
right.
But because I decided to do this at a reasonable cost for my community, that's why the prices are that.
And you have an up and coming artist as well.
Oh man, she's fantastic. Althea Hewitt, she's amazing. You do not want to miss her. She's gonna blow your socks off. This lady's great. I heard her. I'm like, I had to book her.
Okay.
You know, so you will not be disappointed when you come to this event. Of course, at 5 o'clock, we're going to open up the dining room. We have light reception,
Okay.
food, finger food, and stuff like
So
that.
for $20 and $25 now you have light refreshments. Oh, come on, Commissioner, you need to stop.
I know.
This is a great
I'm
night.
spoiling everyone.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Okay.
And then hopefully at 6 p.m. we can start moving everyone to the theater.
Okay.
And then
And
we're
that's
gonna
where the
put-
award ceremony is
Right,
gonna be.
right. And
Okay.
then we're going to have a cappella national anthem.
Okay.
And a young lady right here in Miramar. And her name is Mecca.
Okay.
And she will do a fantastic job.
Blow our socks off.
Blow our
huh?
socks off.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, this is going to be a great event. Maxwell B. Chambers invites you to the second annual pre-Mother's Day celebration. Maxwell for Moms starts at 5 p.m. It is going to be an award ceremony at 6, and then a live performance by A.J. Brown. He is the lead singer of Third World. He is, if you have not seen him, he is going to knock your socks off, because I saw him last year. He did opera.
amazing.
He did all of the Third World songs. I mean, this is going to be a great show. And also new talent, Althea Hewitt. You can get your tickets at the Miramar Cultural Center box office, MiramarCulturalCenter.org, or online at Ticketmaster, $20 and $25. But again, it's going to be Saturday, May 11th, this coming Saturday.
This coming Saturday.
This coming Saturday.
May 11th.
And it's open for anyone, all families.
Anyone, doesn't matter where you live. Boca, Palm Beach, you can come on down and, you know, get this wonderful price. You're not going to have this anywhere. You won't be able to.
Exactly.
This kind of talent, you won't be able to pay this kind of price to get this kind of talent anywhere.
Except for
In
right
Miramar.
here in Miramar.
And so are you.
There you go. Thank you, Commissioner
Thank you so
Chambers.
much.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing everyone this Saturday
Perfect.
at 5 p.m. We're going to have a lot of photos and so forth.
It's going to
Thank
be
you
great.
so much.
No problem. And we'll be right back.
All right.
Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Tamara G. And don't forget to check us out on all of our social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at City of Miramar. We all know it's right here in Miramar, and right here with me is our very own Chief Dexter Williams. So welcome to the show.
Thank you, Tamara. Thank you.
And you've got something special happening today. There's actually a big groundbreaking going on.
Yes, absolutely, Tamara. I have a groundbreaking ceremony that'll be done on the east side, the historic side of Miramar.
Side, okay.
This is a long time waiting for us. We are excited to be moving into or getting our groundbreaking for our new facility.
Wow, we've got a substation over on the historic
Absolutely.
side. Okay.
It's going to be about 15 to 20,000 square foot facility.
Okay.
It's going to house approximately about 20 of my staff members.
Wow. Okay.
It will be almost a full service because we will have working staff in there for our community. So our community folks can use the rooms that we have there. Our community room will be there. I'll have the one of my units, the prime unit. That's one of my ground units that spend a lot of time on the streets on the east side of Miramar, talking to the children over there. So we have closer engagement. The presence over there will be far better than it is now. So, and that's all, you know, on the heels of us trying to have a better partnership with our community.
And truly, and we'll get to it in just a minute about the visioning session that's going to be going on for the city coming up as well. But this was part of the vision years ago, was to bring this substation to historic Miramar, and now it's actually happening.
Absolutely, and I think the city, we couldn't have picked a better spot. It's centered almost directly in the middle of the historic area of Miramar. It's right next to our aquatic center.
Okay.
The address location will be 6920 Southwest 35th Street, if I'm correct. Right? 6920.
So that's right
Street.
behind Shirley Branca, right? Shirley
Yes,
Branca.
yes, absolutely, yes, and it's right next to. There's a school there also, Perry.
Yes.
So Perry's been there forever.
Right, right.
And it's nestled right next to Perry, so you can't beat the location.
As a matter of fact, I was told that, and this was before I got here, that it's actually on the site of the old Civic Center.
Yes, absolutely. The city saw fit to tear down that old facility. It was been there long time. We were able to take that particular site and compress the facility that we needed for that site there to be able to house all of the departments that we wanted to out of there.
Okay.
And when we did the schematics and put it out, it actually worked. And I said, wow, I think we can actually make this thing happen. So our city commission, along with all of the engineers and so forth that got together, they put a really good plan together. The facility, like I said, is going to be just shy of about 20,000 square feet of actually office working space. So I think we're going to enjoy having a presence on the east side over there.
Well, let me tell you, if they do half as good a job as they've done with our police headquarters here at City Hall, because people are looking forward to this.
Absolutely.
So when are we expecting? I know we're doing the groundbreaking tomorrow, but when is the completed project, the new substation?
Well,
yeah, we're gonna put you on the mark here.
I'm trying to be a little optimistic here, but they told me that they said within a year.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they say within a year. So I'm already preparing to have my staff gather their things and move out.
Move to the east side.
And move to the historic side. And they're also looking forward to it as well. Like I said, it's been a long time coming for the programming that we have that we want to put over there as well. Our crime scene department will be housed in there as well. They have a full lab that they want to put in there. So we've been working on all the logistics for that. So the citizens, they'll be able to actually see a lot of people going in and out of that facility, which also brings along presence.
And let me tell you, so speaking of that, Chief Williams, the visioning session that's going to be coming up very soon for the city, which will be at the, actually on the east side as well, the social services building that's going to be there. What is that vision for historic Miramar, the east side, particularly when it pertains to the police presence there?
I think our commissioners had the mindset that economy. They would like to draw a stronger crowd that is willing to reinvest in the area to which that we serve.
Okay.
They want to make sure that our residents over there have full service, just like the central part of Miramar and just like the western part of Miramar. And I believe that with this particular substation going in place exactly where we have it nestled at right now, that the community can have that presence from public safety, that we're there for you. Anything that you need, you don't have to travel all the way out west. You don't have to travel to the central side. You can walk right over to our community office there, which is that historic East Side substation.
Okay.
And the kids that are all over there as well. We're nestled right next to an elementary school. We're nestled right next to the adult center right there. So anyone can walk into our lobby to ask questions, or just if they just want to say, hey, listen, hey, can I see what the building looks like? Maybe they want to be part of public safety for their future. So they get to see something that pops up new in the area. And I think at that, for us as a public safety entity, I think it's incredible that the city's taken the position.
And so 6920 Southwest 35th Street, that is going to be the address. It's where the old site of the Miramar Civic Center was. The groundbreaking is today at 3 p.m. It's open to the public, so people can come. It's open to Miramar residents. You're more than welcome. Anyone else that would love to come. Again, 6920 Southwest 35th Street. And if you want more information, you can always go to our website, MiramarFL.gov. And as, of course, Chief Williams will tell you, it is right here in Miramar.
It's right here in Miramar.
Thank you so much for coming in
you,
today.
Thank you.
Good
so
seeing
much.
you.
Of course.
And we will see you next week on Good Morning Miramar. I'm your host, Tamara G. Have a great day.